What's going on, team? Hope y'all are having a Merry Christmas. If it's still Christmas there, it's Boxing Day here, and I hope y'all in this part of the world had a great Christmas yesterday. So, there's some aftermath to talk about with this big card from Saudi Arabia, the Day of Reckoning. So today I'm gonna have a quick look at, quick talk about each fight that happened. After we get through that stuff, we shall maybe have a talk about where we think some of the fighters are going, the winners, the losers, and I got a bit of a rant once we get through that about a one in particular fighter. It's pretty easy to guess who it might be, but we'll get to that. We have Gareth Hancock in the house. What up, bro? I'm good. I hope you're well, my friend. One of the long-time subs from way back when I was KiwiBox. So good to see you, mate. Hope you've had a great Christmas. So the first one on the card was Junior Fa v. Frank Sanchez. I had kind of thought this one might be a bit of a stinker. Junior has a tendency to spoil and box from the outside and make things look ugly. And I didn't think Frank Sanchez is great offensively. He's a very good counterpuncher. Someone coming at him is going to have problems, but someone who likes to box from the outside and jab a little bit and keep the range, I think he can have problems, but only at a certain level. So this fight was cagey for the first couple rounds, 2 or 3. I think I actually gave one of the rounds to Junior Fa, just because there wasn't a lot happening and he was possibly landing a little bit better jab, doing a little bit more, pretty much one on activity. So, yeah, it was pretty much the same sort of shit until I seen Junior Fa. He started waving that. He likes to stick that jab hand out and kind of circle it and use it as a blinding tactic. He was doing it against Lucas Brown when he got clipped over the top with the right hand. Didn't learn his lesson. And that was the first punch that he got caught with, right on the side of the head, like last time. Last time maybe it was a bit more behind the head. It was looping, but Junior kind of turns away when he sees the punch coming. He got clipped on the back of the head, so it was half his fault. But anyways, this time he got clipped sort of in the temple side of the head, and you see, when he gets hurt like that, Junior, it's kind of almost fits. His body is not in control, and it didn't look like he was in the best of shape. It was a short notice fight, but Frank caught him with that shot, put him down, and from there it was pretty much the end of the night for Junior. It was only a matter of time. He did get put down 3 times, I think, and the third time was the end of the night for Junior Fa, and that was round 7 was the final round. I think he got knocked down once in 6, once in 7, and then got stopped in the 7th, something like that. So Frank Sanchez remains undefeated. He moves on to 23-0. Junior Fa takes another loss. He's now 20-3. I don't expect we'll see Junior Fa again, to be honest. He would have got paid well for this one, probably more than he got for the fight against Joseph Parker. So let's not kid ourselves. Junior Fa ain't world level. He ain't. And I was mistaken. It was not the first fight on the card. The first fight on the card went exactly as I thought it was going to go. Filip Hrgovic knocked out Mark Demoria first round. I don't have much to say about it. You know, Filip Hrgovic did the usual, smacking his opponent behind the head. The ref does nothing as usual, but Mark Demoria shouldn't have been in there in the first place. No way. I mean, his best performance, Mark Demore, is a draw against Alex Leopai. An old ass Alex Leopai too. So, nah. Shouldn't have been in there. Filip Hrgovic moves on. He's still the IBF mandatory. And, yeah, it is what it is. We'll get to who he may be fighting further through this cast. So the next one on the card was a very unexpected result. I put up a video on the channel of my live commentary of this fight. This was the one I enjoyed calling the most. Aslanbek Makhmudov, 18-0, taking on Ajit Kabayel, 23-0. So the story goes, Makhmudov's been looking, he's a fun fighter to watch. He's clumsy as shit, and you know, he's not very well equipped to deal with movers, boxers, you know, guys who are quite good like that. He even got beaten by Junior Farr in the amateurs, put it that way, right? So I kind of expected Ajit Kabayel to box a bit, move a bit, deal with Makhmudov's lack of boxing skill for a few rounds, but I figured eventually one of those punches would catch up with Ajit Kabayel, and once Makhmudov gets somebody hurt, he just goes hell for leather until they're damn near dead. So that's what I thought. I thought maybe it'll go to points, but turns out Ajit Kabayel hasn't lost a step. Hasn't really done anything since he fought Derek Chisora 5 or 6 years ago. He's been fighting once a year, fighting guys that nobody really knows. He did fight an unbeaten guy in his last outing in Argon Smakichi, and he did get dropped in that fight, but he got up to win. So, you know, didn't know how much Ajit Kabayel had. Hasn't been fighting at this kind of level. Well, so we thought. So I figured Makhmudov would beat him, but straight out of the gate, Ajit Kabayel was boxing, moving, rolling shots, getting out of the way, landing really good counters. The first 2 rounds, the first round I gave to Kabayel. The second round was a little bit closer, I thought, but still gave it to Kabayel. And the third round is where it really started to show. The shots that Makhmudov was missing, the big heavy shots that he puts everything on, every time he threw that right hand, Kabayel was gone. He was hitting ghosts, was Makhmudov, and missing those big shots so much in a short amount of time took the gas right out of him. When I was doing my live, I was like, it looks like he didn't train, and then I thought about it. That's not an excuse, because he fought on the same card as Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou. So he was already trained, and he shouldn't have been out of shape. If he knew he was fighting on another card coming up, he should have been in peak condition, active condition. It was the body shots from Ajit Kabayel. He was landing some real nice counter body shots, and in combination, he showed his speed as well. He's got very fast hands. He's got pretty good feet. And, you know, you don't think he's got that much power. But he's a heavyweight. 240 odd pound heavyweight. He can punch a bit. Kind of like Joseph Parker. And, yeah, I was surprised. But Ajit Kabayel has put himself in the mix for a final eliminator, possibly in the WBC, because Makhmudov was ranked number 4 with the WBC. I'm sure some of the other sanctioning bodies are going to put him pretty decently ranked, because Makhmudov has a ranking with most of them inside the top 15 as well. So I'm really glad that we finally see Kabayel in there. Excuse me. We see Kabayel in there with somebody we know. He absolutely smashed this dude over. He was not supposed to do that. So I'm hopeful that the Saudis are going to try and put Adji Kabiel on that 17th card for Fury v Usyk, and I'll talk about who I want him to fight later on through the stream. There's some Makhmudov shit. Where's he go? Back to Canada to figure out how to box, maybe. The next on the card was Jai Opetaia, the former IBF cruiserweight champion. He vacated the belt, forced by the IBF, because he's been mandated to fight. Get this, he's been mandated to fight Maris Briedis, who's his mandatory, who hasn't even fought since he lost the title to Jai Opetaia. But Briedis was approached to be on this card. He said no, he's not ready, he's dealing with an injury. So Jai went and organised a stay busy fight and hoped that Maris Briedis would be his opponent if he could get on that February 17th card with Fury and Usyk. But no, the IBF say, no, you're not allowed to fight anybody unless it's Briedis. We don't care if he's not ready. If you do fight someone else, we're going to strip you. So he vacated. Said, jam that belt up your ass, because I've got a 2-fight contract that's going to pay me a shitload more, and you don't want my sanctioning fees? Catch you later, dickheads. But anyways, Jai Opetaia stepped in the ring against Ellis Zotto, who was unbeaten, but he hasn't fought anybody of note. He was 23-0. Jai Opetaia went in there and just monstered him, knocked him out with a straight left. Zorro fell on his back with his head on the bottom rope and did a move. It was over. And that's all we have to say about that. Yeah, looking forward to seeing Jai Opetaia. Eventually, one day, he will turn to heavyweight, he says. So, he's going to be a problem. He's only an inch shorter than Alexander Usyk. I think he's 6'2", or is he 6'4"? Let me have a quick look. He is 6'2". So he's only an inch shorter than Usyk. He's also a southpaw, but he's a different kind of fighter to Usyk. Obviously, he has some pretty decent skill, but he is a vicious man. So we'll see where he goes, but we'll talk further through the stream about that. Actually, yeah, I'll just get through these fights and then I'll put a link up for anybody who might like to jump on. The next fight we had was not Anthony Joshua, you muppets. Was Daniel Dubois v Jarrell Big Pharmacy Miller, right? So I had predicted that this would probably go 7 or 8 rounds and Jarrell Miller will stop Daniel Dubois. So I was definitely wrong on this one, but I'd spoken with a few people on YouTube threads, and just about everything I saw was Daniel Dubois is levels above Jarrell Miller. He had to take drugs to do what he had to do, and he doesn't deserve to be here. Daniel's gonna knock him out early. There's levels in this game. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, we all know he's a cheat. We all know what he took and why he took it. But I've also been watching Jarrell Miller since he's been back, and he still has pretty good volume. He still has a very good chin. No pads are going to help no chin, for starters. The only difference really is he's not able to punch for 12 rounds like he used to, because he's not on the EPO and that black and sex pill. But he still throws in good volume. He still comes forward. Nothing hurts him. And when he's this big, if he gets hold of you, he puts his weight on people quite well as well. So it started off, Daniel Dubois was boxing, moving. You could see Jarrell Miller wasn't really throwing anything for the first round in particular. He only threw a couple of punches in the second round, but he's coming forward, making Daniel work, making him work. Throwing the odd little body, short hook to the body or something, or a short uppercut to the body. They're all arm punches, not got a lot on them, but they add up. So this continued, and then Jarrell started stepping it up, started throwing a few punches, started leaning on Dubois a little bit. And by the fourth round, you could see both of them were starting to get tired. The commentators were talking about Jarrell Miller being so fat and how tired he is. Look at him, his mouth open. The camera goes across to Dubois' corner and his mouth fucking wide open as well. But the commentators don't say shit about that. So Dubois was working harder than he wanted to, and he was starting to capitulate. I think it was round 5 and it might have been 4, 5, and 6. I think I gave Jarrell Miller 3 rounds in the fight. One of them was close. Might have been 3, 4, and 5 or something like that. But I think it was round 3 was close or something like that. Anyways, I thought, okay, it looks like he's going to capitulate. There was a couple of times Daniel did look a bit hurt to me. He was getting tired, but Jarrell was getting tired as well. But after the 5th round or 6th round, one of those two, Jarrell's output went right down. You could see he was gassed. He was still trying to come forward and throw, try to make Daniel work and maybe save a little bit to go for it in the last round or two. But no, Daniel handled it, and I think he excuse me. I think he even had some doubts himself at about round 6, and he was getting some good encouragement from Don Charles and his father in the corner, kind of gassing him up, making him believe in himself, and he pushed through it. He kind of got a second win. I think there was situations where he could have done a lot better with his punch selection or what he was doing, but he was pushing Jarrell Miller off with 2 hands. You're not allowed to do it, but the ref wasn't saying anything, so he's going to keep doing it. You got to fight to the ref, right? And there was times Jarrell looked like he was stepping back every now and then when he got hit with a combination or one particular punch. But then in the 10th round, Daniel went to town. There wasn't long to go in the round, and Miller ended up getting hurt a bit, stumbled back into the corner, and it should have been called a knockdown. He bounced off the ropes and held himself up with the top rope. That should have been a knockdown, and that probably would have got him through to the end of the fight. But the ref didn't call it. Daniel continued. He still didn't go down, and the ref stopped the fight with 8 seconds left to go. It was a very, very entertaining fight. And incidentally, the one guy in particular that I was talking to about this on a YouTube thread, I went back, because I said I would, win or lose. I'm still going to hold my opinion. I went back and mentioned, Daniel Dubois is not levels above. He beat him. Congratulations to him. But that sure as hell didn't look like levels above to me. And it sure as hell didn't look like an early knockout. So maybe next time, don't get so emotionally involved and make a educated decision about what you say. And he come back and said, no, Daniel totally outclassed him, and Miller is levels below Dubois. It's like, some people are so fucking ignorant. I just can't talk to people like that. They have no sense of reason, sense of logic. They just get so emotionally involved behind a fighter, and oh my god, they don't even see the fight that they're watching. They watch it and then they talk about it like it's a totally different freaking fight. Cracks me up, but anyways, moving on. The next one we had on the card was Joseph Parker and Deontay Wilder. So, oh no, it wasn't. It was Dimitri Bivol and Lyndon Arthur. It was 12 rounds. I expected Bivol to get that knockout in this fight in particular, but to a degree, Lyndon Arthur didn't come to win. So it's hard to knock out a guy who's there to survive. They cover up well. I mean, it was the same shit for pretty much every round except the 11th, where Bivol did manage to knock down Lyndon Arthur. Bivol controlling the range, attacking in spurts, Lyndon Arthur covering up and pretty much throwing the odd counterpunch every now and then, and not really landing them either. Until the 11th where he got dropped, and then he was in full-time survival mode. So, plus the fact that Bivol's been out of the ring since November last year when he fought Zerto. So, there's got to be a bit of ring rust there. And I've said it in the past too, Dimitri Bivol tends to fight to the level of his opponent. He's technician, but he wants to win the rounds. So if his opponent's aggressive, he's going to be aggressive. If his opponent's careful and cagey, he's going to win. He's going to win careful and cagey from the outside because he can do it. So it was never really a fight anybody thought Lyndon Arthur had a chance in. It's pretty much a run out because it's rumored that the winner of Callum Smith and Artur Beterbiev will be fighting Dimitri Bivol on the 17th of February card. So it'll be after that. It'll be after that because it's only in February or something, or January, isn't it? The Callum Smith and other Beterbiev fight. So that'll be down the line, but it's on the Saudi contract, so which makes sense because it's not like they're going to take the fight to Russia. And neither has a massive following in America or the UK. So if the Saudis put it on, at least the dudes will get paid for an undisputed fight. If Callum Smith actually beats Artur Beterbiev, then it could go to the UK, couldn't it? Because Callum's from there and he's got a bit of a following. So I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, we move on to Joseph Parker v Deontay Wilder. Most, including myself, had a lot of questions about Deontay Wilder, but still went with a Deontay Wilder stoppage late. The questions we had, he's been out of the ring for a year since he had 2 minutes and 45 seconds of a fight with Helenius, and then another year before that, he was coming off the back of the two Fury fights where he got brutally stopped. So it was, how much has he got left? Dude's 38. He's been inactive as shit. There's plenty of recipes for disaster there. Whereas Joseph Parker, he's had a very busy year. He's had 4 fights, including the Wilder fight. He had the Jack Massey fight after the stoppage loss to Joe Joyce. And you don't get this twisted, all the Americans and a lot of the Poms, the English people, say Joseph Parker got knocked the fuck out, which is, to me, you get knocked out, you're asleep, right? Joseph Parker was on his feet at 10, so he didn't get sparked by Joyce. He did get technically, actually, I think they call it a KO because he didn't beat the count, right? But he wasn't asleep. He wasn't knocked the fuck out. So just get that straight. Joseph Parker's been busy this year. He had the Jack Massey fight. He only got a decision win on that one. But then he fought Django Apelu in Australia, knocked him out first round. Then he fought Simon Keane on that Fury v Ngannou undercard and knocked him out in 3. And now he's beaten Deontay Wilder over 12. It was a very... It wasn't the best fight to watch because, when you're watching a Wilder fight, usually you're anticipating him lining up that right hand and it could come at any time, so you watch it hard. And people seem to forget that in most of Deontay Wilder's fights, he's losing before he gets the knockout. There's a reason for that, right? He can't box. Not at this level anyway. So all people's prediction videos and a lot of people saying Joseph Parker saying all he has to do is avoid the right hand and he wins is bullshit. It's like, how is that bullshit? How is that bullshit? At this level, fighting an ex-world champion, how is that bullshit? Because Deontay Wilder is a one-trick pony. He has been for a long time. And people always say, yeah, he's improved his jab, he's improved his hook. But you can't say that when it's not at world level. Because at world level, when he can't land his right hand, he's lost for ideas. He can't land uppercuts, he can't land hooks, he can't even throw a fucking jab. Because he's so befuddled. How's this dude getting past my God-given gift? What he's doing is as soon as he sees you try and set up for it, he drops down underneath it. And you fly over the top of it every time. And you're so dumb, you don't fucking learn. Okay, like George Foreman did to, Mora. He was throwing the right hand and it was too high all the time. It was too high all the time. George said it himself. Okay, so what I'm going to do is try and throw it to the chest and anticipate where he's going to be and knock the fuck out, wasn't he? Mora was sparked. George Foreman becomes a 45-year-old heavyweight WBO champion. Nope, we can't change up our game. Now, the other things people are saying is, Deontay Wilder's timing was off. He's getting old. All these excuses. It was a short notice fight. I heard there's news out today that Shelley Finkel was spreading the word that Deontay Wilder was in a cryo chamber too long. So the excuses are starting. But the fact of the matter is, Tyson Fury probably took a lot out of him. But I think Tyson Fury's getting overrated as well. I'll get to that in another video. But he got brutally stopped by him twice. Didn't fight for a year. Fought a sparring partner who fought out of character. People forget that too. Because Robert Helenius doesn't come forward and try to knock people out in the first round. He sticks behind a jab. His jab is usually very good. He waits for people to come to him. But he thought that he couldn't beat Deontay doing that, so he'd just go for it. He got knocked the fuck out. No biggie. But then, another year, and then he steps in the ring against the former world champion. Yeah, he's been beaten. I mean, the media have gaslit Deontay Wilder for over a decade. A man with 42 knockouts and knocked out 42 wins and knocked out 41 of them. So yeah, that sounds intimidating until you know who he's fought. The first 32 were no way were they world level. No way. And even most of his defenses as a champion, no way. They're not even world level, a lot of them. It's crazy. And then he steps in here and everybody thinks he's going to absolutely smash him. I heard a lot of American guys say that he's going to knock Joseph Parker out in round 1 or 2. Anyways, Joe didn't do anything he wasn't supposed to do. He didn't actually do anything special. I mean, he followed the game plan. He did exactly what he told. The game plan was sound. As long as you're under that right hand, you heard it most of the time from Andy Lee. When you're getting in there, get under the right hand and throw your overhand. And that was landing all night from Joseph Parker. Then when you're getting out, you want to come out low so he can't counter you with the right again. But if you're inside, you're smothering. Unless you've got him hurt. Like he had him hurt in the 8th round. He almost knocked him out. He just threw a bare lead right. Because Deontay had his hands down. It was a bomb. And Deontay staggered back to the corner. Joe went to town, threw about 30 punches. You can see Wilder trying to throw punches. Pardon me. see him trying to throw punches in the corner. He's hitting with the bottom of his gloves like a baby back bitch. All gangly airs, looking like he's knocked out on his feet, arms waving around all over the place. Tries to grab hold. Joe pushes off, spins him around, gets him in the corner, throws again, and that's the end of the round. So he was lucky to get out of there. But then I was cautious, thinking Joe might think he's still hurt second round in the ninth round, but he came out smart. Smart pressure, feints from too far out, and that was another key. He was making it look like he's going to start rushing in a lot, but he was out of Deontay's range, trying to make him react, and it was making Deontay hesitant. And Joe figured out his timing wasn't his timing wasn't right as well, so he was jumping in, throwing a right hand, or throwing a lead left hook, or the stab to the body earlier in the fight. He was doing that quite a bit. But yeah, Joseph Parker pretty much won every round. The closest round, I think, was round 12. But yeah, I had it 119, 109. But the judges had it 118, 110, 118, 111. So they had a drawn round in there. And 120, 108. So there was one of the judges gave it a clean sweep. Joseph Parker comes away with the win. He's got to be back in the top 5. I mean, he was close to being about 10th, I think, in my top 10, 9th or 10th, in my top 15. So he's got to go back up again. So that was that. And we also had the main event, of course, was Anthony Joshua v. Otto Wallin. Anthony Joshua did look pretty spiteful, but also very calm. He was slipping and countering a lot better than he has been in the past, showing a lot of skill, but when the shots he was landing with the counters were heavier shots than, just a fast counter like we're used to seeing from Joshua. It was heavier shots. And in that 5th round, he landed a slip counter left hook, and that busted Otto Wallin's nose. You see him stagger back, and in my live commentary, I was like, "Jump on him! What are you doing?" He's kind of looking at him, just walking towards him slowly. If he had really stepped on it there, he could have got him out of there right then. But Otto managed to make it out of the round, and it wasn't actually Otto that quit. It was Joey Gamache told the referee, "No, that's it. We're not going to go anymore. Otto's done." Excuse me. So an emphatic win for Anthony Joshua, and that lines him up to fight Filip Hrgovic if the IBF title goes vacant. If the rematch clause is activated by the loser of Fury v Usyk, then that title will be stripped or vacated. But also, it is a possibility that Filip Hrgovic and Anthony Joshua may fight on that February 17th card for the IBF interim title. And that would clear any problems, and then they could still have a massive card with all those guys on there. But anyway, so that was how things went on the card for the Day of Reckoning. So let me get back over to YouTube. Where are you? I shall post a link for anybody who may like to jump on. Give me a sec here. I'll do. Boosh. There's the link if anybody wants to jump on for a chat. I better go jump in that channel myself, eh? There we go. Should pop up on the screen. Boom! There it is. Alright, so let's me get over to the chat. Alright, who we got in here? We got You Don't Know in the house. Good to see you, man. Hope you are well. Get me contrast right. Where are we? Blah 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 blah. Juicer was a shithouse. I don't know. I think he put up a pretty decent fight against an athlete like this, Daniel Dubois. I think he did pretty decent considering. Shit, if I was 330 pounds, I wouldn't be able to box for 2 freaking rounds, let alone 9 minutes and 52 seconds. 9 rounds and 2 minutes 52 seconds. He had he had the fish flipping. Yeah, I like that, the fish flipping look. Okay, Helsinki, good to see you, man. Salute. Deontay Wilder, money so off. Of course, he got weak. Well, he's 38 years old, man. When you've been training and keeping in shape for that long, I mean, he was 213 pounds, but it was a short notice fight for him, really. But apparently, he's been busy in the gym with Malik Scott. I think Malik Scott is a good technical coach, but not for Deontay Wilder, because he's a yes man. He's scared shitless to tell Deontay Wilder what he needs to hear. His corner work on the weekend was shit. Not once did he tell Deontay Wilder he's down and he needs to go. I mean, that dude is scared shitless of saying the things that Deontay Wilder needs to hear. But see, look what happened to Mark Breland. He's not a fucking yes man, and he got fired and crucified by Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder lost, because Mark Breland possibly saved his life. Fucking crazy shit, man. What else we got in there? Money makes you strong. Money makes you stronger. I think money makes Deontay Wilder stupider. I mean, that guy's got rocks in his head. You know, believing all the shit that people tell him. You're the biggest hitter ever. You got the skills of Muhammad Ali. This shit is so gaslit and delusional. Believing this shit. Speak it, believe it, receive it. That's what he's done. Somebody's spoken it, he's believed it, he's received it, and now he's paid the price for believing it. And now we see it. Without money, training camp. Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Right, I'll get down to the bottom of the chat. Okay, where are we at? Doesn't hear more. Yeah, okay. Alright. Pretty much up to date. Hey, Adari's in the house. Good to see you, bro. If the money is right, anything is possible. Hey, yeah, I'd just like to give a big shout out to Prince Turkey, Allah Sheikh. Brother, you are the man. Making this shit happen for us boxing fans. I'm in love. And I'm not gay. You know, this shit is awesome to have for boxing. All right, so let me get on to this rant. I kind of started it earlier about the Americans being so gaslit, and I've even heard some of them after this fight say, I only supported Deontay Wilder because that's all we got. So, no, it's not. You got Andy Ruiz. He was a unified champion. But you don't like him because he's fat, or you don't like him because he's white, or you don't like him because he's Mexican. Are you prejudiced? Obviously. You've also got Jared Anderson. Don't know why you don't like him. Oh, he's with ESPN. He's top ranked. No, we don't like top ranked fighters. Well, are you prejudiced? Yes, you are. So, this one video on the target. I jumped on the comments in this. If you wanted to go and check out some of the comments, some of the shit people were said in here, roasting this dumbass. The title call is Deontay Wilder laughs. Tyson Fury laughs at Deontay Wilder fighting Joseph Parker. So just listen to some of this, and I'm going to pause it through some of it and just point out how much of a dickhead this guy is. Whether he actually believes this shit, or he thinks he can make it and get a lot of views out of it because it makes him look stupid. I mean, does he enjoy getting paid to look like a fucking idiot? Well, we'll see. Listen.
It's finally that time of the year when the bronze bomber Deontay Wilder makes an appearance in the ring. But don't get too excited, guys. I know we all have been waiting desperately for this monster to finally get back into the scene, but his opponent is not the one you wanted. If you were one praying for Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua to see the light of day, well, I'm sorry to crush your dreams. Because the one stepping into the ring with the bronze bomber is no Anthony Joshua. The boxer sharing the ring with Wilder is a man named Joseph Parker. Now you gotta be wondering, who's Joseph Parker? Well, I've been asking myself the same question. Joseph Parker is a nobody, and the boxing world can't help but laugh at this mockery of a fight. The fans waited for a year to see Wilder back in action, only to see him fight a nobody boxer from New Zealand.
So this dude obviously has no knowledge of boxing because he doesn't know Joseph Parker is a former recognized organization world champion, right? So, but to boot, check this.
Now, if that's not embarrassing, then I don't know what is. The man
his knowledge of boxing is pretty embarrassing, but carry on.
Who was once feared by many is now being laughed at by the whole boxing world. So without further ado, let's take a deep dive into this drama.
This guy doesn't know what deep dive means. If he thinks this is a deep dive, he's got pubic hair rash on his face. He's never been deep.
When it was first hinted that the bronze bomber was coming back to fight, the fans completely lost it. Wilder said he's ready to go. His hands are loaded, and all he needs is a target. Now, not a lot of people have the guts to lock horns with Deontay Wilder in the ring. They call him the most vicious fighter for a reason. I mean, get this. This guy has won 43 times, and 42 of those wins came in by way of knockout.
There we go, and now we can reiterate my point. 32 of those dudes were fucking cab drivers, paper delivery men, McDonald's workers, and roof painters.
Now that alone should be enough to send shivers down your spine.
Ooh!
The only man fit to take on Wilder was Anthony Joshua, and as talks began between these two.
Oh, Tyson Fury doesn't exist either now. This guy's a fucking clown.
The boxing world knew they were about to get the fight of their lives. But if there's one thing you know about boxing, it's that we rarely get to see the fights we want to see. And from the looks of it, Wilder versus Joshua wasn't in the cards for us. Instead, we're getting Wilder versus Parker. And let's just say that this fight announcement wasn't received well by everyone. Why wouldn't it be? This fight is a joke. And if you don't believe me, believe the heavyweight boxing sensation Derek Chisora.
Oh, believe the heavyweight fighting sensation Derek Chisora, who Joseph Parker beat twice! Far out!
He had some interesting things to say at the Wilder versus Parker conference. Del Boy War said, Joseph Parker is not a real challenge. If Wilder wants a real brawl, I'm here to give him a run for his money. This fight is a joke. Even that kid Paker knows he's getting his brains blown out. Derek
Derek went and said that after he got beat twice by Parker. Knocked down Lot 4 times in the second fight too. Let's go. What we got?
Chisora went all in, and he didn't just stop there. Just look at what he said to Wilder on his face. So what round are you knocking him out so I can come and give you some real competition? Looks like this big guy is in for all the smoke. Now that's a fight I'd rather see.
This big guy, he's smaller than Joseph Parker.
Wilder talking on parking has been making a lot of noise on the internet, but for all the wrong reasons. If you go up on Twitter right now, you won't find a single fan who is excited for this matchup.
Oh, so this guy's never been on Twitter before then.
People want to see Wilder get back in the ring, but at least give the guy some level of competition.
Some level. He just got clean swept on one of the cards by this nobody from New Zealand.
It should have been Anthony Joshua. Now that fight holds the potential of being the biggest fight in boxing history, and it's the one fans are dying for. Take a look at what one of the fans wrote on Twitter. Are people actually going to pay for this? I'd rather watch a wall all day long than watch this fight.
God damn, some people just have no clue, eh?
This guy is clearly not having it. Things are starting to look bad for the Bronze Bomber. Another fan tweeted, "I'm a fan of Deontay Wilder and I'm disappointed. I've waited so long and for what? Wilder versus Parker? It's such a letdown." Now, if your own fans are talking about you like this, that means you're doing something wrong. And famous boxing commentator True Geordie put it the best way. He said, "We wanted Wilder versus Joshua. And you're telling me both of them are fighting on the same night but not with each other? Both the fighters have messed up big time. They're fighting people no one wants them to fight. Are you stupid or what?" Yes, you heard that right. Anthony Joshua is fighting on the same night and on the same card as Wilder. But why not fight each other and give the fans...
Because they wanted to make sure that Deontay Wilder was going to be good enough to actually compete with Anthony Joshua after being stopped twice and being inactive for 2 years. So they put him in a fight with Joseph Parker, who is supposed to beat, but many of us thought it could be a real banana skin for Wilder. And then if he comes through that and how he's supposed to, he'd be actually proven at world level. Right? Because his best win before this was Luis Ortiz. He was apparently 40 at the time. Had never beaten anybody. And since then, we've seen him get knocked down by jabs from Charles Martin. Dude hadn't even got a chin. So, this is the second best opponent, proven opponent, that Deontay Wilder has faced. And look what happens. Gets found out.
and something to go crazy over. Well, clearly one of them ducked. And it wasn't Joshua, guys. It was...
Damn right, it wasn't Joshua. And even back when Joseph Parker was the WBO champion, they had a talk after the Dominic Brazil... No. Yeah, Dominic Brazil and Izu Ugano fought. That's why Joe was there to support his stablemate, because he was being trained by Kevin Barry at the time, was Izu Ugano. And then Deontay Wilder fought Gerald Washington in another fight where he was on the back foot, getting beaten every round by Gerald Washington, and then he pulls a knockout out. Remember, Gerald Washington stands up straight, doesn't move his head. But anyways,
was the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. And don't take my word for it, because his opponent, Joseph...
Yep. Here we go. He's going to touch on it, is he?
Parker revealed how Wilder ducked Joshua. Just take a look at this. In a recent interview, Parker said, "It was initially going to be Wilder versus Joshua, but Wilder had a change of heart. They sent me the contract, and you know me, I'm always ready for a challenge." Yep, that's right. The Bronze Bomber closed the door.
Yep. There you go. He needed more time or something. He's had fucking years. 5 or 6 years. Actually, he started his pro career in 2009. He's had 14 fucking years. But anyways, after Joseph Parker, after Deontay Wilder knocked out Gerald Washington, Parker went and met him in the changing rooms. They had a talk about possibly unifying. A week later, Joseph Parker did get an offer, $750,000 US for a unification fight. So either Deontay Wilder didn't want the fight, because what you gonna expect somebody to, a world champion? Joseph Parker got more than that for fighting Andy Ruiz. Or they didn't have the money. But either one wouldn't surprise me. It was not Joseph Parker running like Deontay Wilder said. And just like this situation, Deontay Wilder has said Anthony Joshua was running for years. He's turned down so many offers.
Scores on the Joshua fight, and the fans are not happy with him. Now you gotta be wondering, why did the Bronze Bomber have a sudden change of heart? Well, today's your lucky day, because I have just the right answer for you. And it's just 2 words, ring rust. Yep, Wilder canceled this fight because of his ring rust. The Bronze Bomber has gotten rusty. I mean, he's been out of this scene for more than a year, so he's gotta be rusty. Anthony Joshua, on the other hand, he's been quite active lately, and he's getting better with each fight. He knocked out his last of the boxing fans want. They want to see heated words exchange.
Yeah, right, that's enough of roasting that fool. But, where is it? The first comment was it says something, oh, shall I find it? Where is it? There it is. The fact that you called Joseph Parker a nobody completely ruins any shred of credibility you had. And there's some threads on here that just make it look so... This guy has got to either never make a video again or disappear from YouTube or something, because this guy's an absolute freaking idiot. Alright. So, not much else going on, I don't think. At the moment, we've got the Naoya Inoue fight in a couple of days. That's going to be on 28th in Japan, so it'll be the... Oh no, it'll still be the 28th here. It'll be a late night fight for us here in New Zealand. What's today? The 26th here, so a couple of days. I want to see if I can find something to watch. Just keep an eye on Discord and you'll be able to keep up to date. If you haven't already, check out the Discord server. The invite link is in the description below. We do a lot of stuff over there. We keep news flowing. We stream lots of stuff. We got prediction leagues. We got activities. You can play poker or chess and shit in the channels. It's pretty awesome, Discord. Get onto it. Have a look. It's low data use. It's made for gaming. I even stream some games myself there at times. So get over and have a look. Big Boys Boxing Discord server. I think that's about me for now. I hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully we get Joshua v Hrgovic for the interim IBF title on the 17th. That'd be great. I want to see Joseph Parker fight Ajit Kabiel. I said this years ago after Kabiel beat Chisora. They've got similar styles. Maybe Kabiel's a bit better on the inside, but Parker's better on the outside. It's a very interesting fight now after that win over Aslanbek Makhmudov. So I really want to see that one. Maybe Frank Sanchez and Daniel Dubois should be fighting on that card as well. Let's get that. That's a good fight. Yeah. Deontay Wilder, go and fight Andy Ruiz, mate. You should have cleaned up your backyard 20 freaking fights ago, man. You got Andrew Ruiz there. You've now got Jared Anderson there as well. You've never fought a Charles Martin, former world champion. Come on, dude. You're getting exposed. All these cans you've fought to hype yourself up and have the media hype yourself up so much that you can do this and you can do that and you're the best ever. You're the heaviest puncher ever. Now you're 38 years old. Your timing's getting worse. Your speed's getting worse. Either go and clean up your backyard or hang him up. Because nobody wants to see that Anthony Joshua fight anymore. Besides the people who want to see Anthony Joshua really hurt that man. We don't want that. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean you should wish bad on the dude. If he was capable of still fighting Anthony Joshua, if he made a good account of himself and still went down on points, then sure. But he looks shot, man. He done. So that is us. I am out of here. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm Jono from Big Boys Boxing, and I'm out. Merry Christmas. See you.